This is the Para Ordinance P10 45 ACP. It's a disassembly for this firearm. First, I'm going to start by making sure that the firearm is unloaded by inspecting the magazine and the chamber. Now, what we need to do, there's actually a notch, a takedown notch in the slide of the gun that we actually have to bring back to the slide catch. So, it takes a couple of hands here, but once we get it back to that notch on the other side of the frame of the gun, the slide catch actually pokes through the frame. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide that back to that notch and we're going to start popping that out. Now, I like to hold my gun kind of like this as I wiggle the slide catch out of the gun. Once you do that, the slide should just slide off of the frame of the gun. Now, to get the barrel and the guide rod and spring assembly out of the gun, we have to do a couple of weird little things here. First thing, I'm just going to pop that guide rod and that spring out. And this is the first gun I've seen that actually has like kind of a washer, besides like the 1911s, but usually that's a barrel nut instead of an actual guide rod nut. We'll pop this nut out of the front of the slide, rearward toward the back of the slide, and that whole nut assembly just comes out, and that allows our slide to go forward. Now there's this little lever here. We're going to pop that lever forward, and then the barrel can come out of the front of the slide. Alright, I am going to show a reassembly of this gun just because it was kind of a little bit different. We're going to make sure that that notch is flipped forward, that little lever is flipped forward. We're going to slide our barrel back into the slide of the gun. I'm going to pop that lever backwards. I'm going to put our guide rod nut back into the slide of the gun. The small side goes forward. We're going to slide that back in. Then we can put our guide rod back into the gun. Now, the guide rod has kind of a U shape in the back. The U part actually goes down to the barrel. So I'm going to pop that in there and slide that U back down over that barrel. Once we do that, we can slide the slide back onto the frame of the gun. We're going to pull the slide back to that release notch, or disassembly notch, and we're going to put the slide catch back into the frame of the gun. Verify the firearm works. And we've got a fully reassembled Para P10.